Do you know what challenges that you could face if you want to retire early? Well, if not, we're going to talk about 3 important challenges that you're going to want to think about if you're planning to retire early in our financial freedom video. So stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, certified financial planner and president and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. So Carson, most people would like to retire early, but you're going to go over some of the challenges that people face when considering this, right?
Yeah, of course, Andrea, because although retiring early may sound appealing, and of course we all do want to retire early, it can come with its own set of financial and lifestyle considerations. So today we are going to examine 3 common challenges that you're going to want to think about if you're planning to retire early. But before we do that, there are always 2 rules to retirement income planning that we like to give you. And Andrea, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our lesson today to talk about 3 common challenges that you're going to want to think about if you're planning to retire early.
Well, Carson, one common challenge that people might run up against is not having enough adequate retirement savings.
Yeah, absolutely, Andrea. Because retiring early with insignificant retirement savings can bring upon a huge challenge in your retirement. Unfortunately, many people do underestimate the amount of money that they are going to need to sustain themselves throughout their retirement years. And what many people do not realize is that your retirement could potentially last anywhere from 30 to 40 years. So you really do have to be prepared for this. Now, to address this particular challenge, you're going to have to reassess your retirement savings goals, and you may consider delaying your retirement because this can allow more time for your investments to grow and avoid any penalties that may come with assessing your money too soon. For example, if you're under the age of 59 and a half and you decide to retire and start taking money out of your retirement savings, you could be assessed with an early withdrawal penalty of 10% along with the taxes that you would have to pay on those dollars. So in this particular situation, we're going to always tell you to consult with a certified financial advisor who can help you assess your particular retirement goals and let you know what you need to do to prepare to retire early.
Well, Carson, another challenge is healthcare costs. What should someone look out for here?
Yeah, Andrea, this is extremely important to understand because if you retire early, you're not going to be eligible for Medicare until the age of 65. Now, this could obviously leave someone very vulnerable, Andrea, because they may not have enough resources to cover their own healthcare expenses out of pocket. So you really do have to make sure that if you are going to retire early, you need to understand what you need to do before the age of 65 to cover your healthcare expenses. So here are some of the ideals that you may want to think about if you are considering retiring early when it comes to your healthcare costs. You may want to explore options such as COBRA coverage, private insurance plans, or you may need to look into your health savings accounts to help bridge that gap. You may also consider what options you may have when it comes to your spouse's coverage if you're married. Maybe you can remain on that coverage until the age of 65 when you would be eligible to apply for Medicare. So understanding your healthcare costs and how you're going to pay for it is going to be vital if you're planning on retiring early.
So, Carson, this last challenge as it pertains to retiring early is social isolation. And I personally believe that people should pay more attention to this.
I can agree with you more, Andrew, because when you retire early, it could lead to, as you mentioned, social isolation and a lack of purpose for some individuals. The reason for this is because the transition from a full time career to retirement can be difficult, especially if your identity is closely tied to your work. Now, to help combat this particular situation of social isolation, here are some of the things that you can do. You may want to consider engaging in some sort of social activities, like pursuing hobbies that you always wanted to do. You may consider volunteering or doing some type of part time work to stay connected and maintain some sense of purpose. So it is important that if you are planning to retire early, that you plan to retire to something so that you don't fall into this particular scenario of social isolation.
All right, Carson. So, what's the moral of this video?
Well, I would clearly say that the moral of this video is that if you are planning to retire early, just make sure that you're fully aware of all your obstacles and pitfalls so that you can plan accordingly. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for an independent fiduciary advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.
After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
We have answers.